Hey son and welcome to Rauta. This is Swedish black metal, which is based on the topics of Vikings, myths, lore, Viking magic, and things like that. So let's welcome Seid, who released his fourth album actually in 2023. But as always, the vinyl ones take priority here on the channel. Why not? Because, I mean, they're beautiful creations and, of course, what many people consider to be the most beautiful versions of these album releases. Now, there are many bands with similar names, even a couple ones going with the name Seid. There is even like a Finnish black metal band Seidur and the like, so might be getting confusing if you're not paying attention what you write. This is Svartr Sol, which, if I'm not mistaken, means the black sun. Not related so much into other contexts of the same name, but obviously people sometimes get confused with stories like this, which is then again related to Viking mythology and all. Now here is the track list, obviously. This is not a glossy cover, so feels slightly different in terms of the so-called hand feeling, how it looks, how it feels, and all that stuff. Comes with a piece of, well, this is borderline where there's a thin cardboard or just thick paper, but nonetheless lyrical content, and then some liner notes, including the lineup, which is here said to be 3 guys. If I remember correctly, however, there is more people in the official photo of the band, and here it shows only 1 guy. So let's assume 1 main guy and the rest, well, mercenaries of sorts. That being musicians of the sort who don't get to maybe say so much about the music and creation. Let's not assume too much, but that's how it feels. I'm guessing based on the thickness and all that this would be 180 grams. There are those which are more sloppy in terms of being a vinyl release, but this feels sturdy as hell. And of course comes with the boxing piece of sleeve, what I'm trying to say here. Alright, let's tune you in for Metal Archive Seid. So coming from Stockholm, the capital city of Sweden, since 2009. Like I said, there was more guys in the picture, and here it is, 4 guys if I do my counting right. Maybe over the years the things have changed, because when you take a look at the current lineup, it shows 3 guys. Exactly the same ones that were present in the liner notes, and here you can see only 1 person is from 2009 onwards, that is when the band was founded, and the other guys more like later members. Here it says Alex being in the band for a couple of years, so hence probably one of the guys in the picture, but not on this album anymore. And 4 albums in, including, I mean, excluding an EP, so 4 releases in terms of albums and 1 EP. That's roughly what you need to know about the basic stuff. And here it is, once again, themes like Vikings, Asatru, rune magic, Seidr, rituals, witchcraft, prophecies, war. Kind of typical take on that when it comes to this kind of music. So what we have here in essence is about 30 minutes and then some, including 6 tracks of black metal. This is of varied kind, meaning this is not just one trick pony repeating throughout 6 tracks, but there is variety in tempos, in terms of atmosphere, even when it comes to vocal ways, meaning that it's not just, you know, the kind of a basic black metal raspy, screamy vocals, but not screamy in the sense of going really high pitch anyway, but more like there are some somewhat cleaner vocals included. And as such, this is going from more atmospheric parts to very aggressive parts, which is very fast tempo and all. But overall, I would say this is a very, very typical Scandinavian second wave of black metal. And here it says, by the way, originally released in 2022 when it comes to the digital version. And if you click out the other versions, then you will see that there was vinyl in 2023 and even a CD from 2024. I got this Urtod Void version, this vinyl straight from the band. So as you can see, this is being released in 3 different years in 3 different formats and all. Well, 4 if you include a digital one. So what is going on with this album is that it's kind of a very typical Swedish black metal in the sense that it has these different elements from atmospheric parts to the more aggressive parts. So you could say it's kind of like a cutting through to various ways to incorporate second wave black metal. However, that doesn't mean it sounds during one track like Dark Funeral and the next track is something like those atmospheric bands like I'm thinking now from the Swedish side of things, and I can't get my head around it. But let's say there are bands coming from the so-called Bersun bath of atmospheric black metal. Like from Finland, you could go with the bands maybe like not Vaeltaja, but there are names which are like coming to my head probably after I'm done with this. Let's just say that this is two different kinds basically, and a lot then some things go between, and I'm so annoyed why I can't get it in my head, but it is what it is. Anyway, when it comes to the production, however, it's more like you are going more into the rough territory when it comes to guitar sound, drums overall. It's a bit of demo-ish really. I mean, it's the kind of antithesis of what you have when you go for bands like Dark Funeral and the bigger names, where everything is super crystal clean and powerful and all. And then again, it's not really super raw either. It's more like a little bit muffled sound. That means the drums are not that powerful, but that they are not really weak either. Then again, it's not super organic in the sense of like, let's just do a rehearsal room take. It's more like just muffled, a little bit powerless maybe. And you could make a wild guess, and I quite kind of a guess, if you will, that with a little bit more powerful production, this would sound overall stronger. That is, so certain riffs on this album is more like they're kind of yearning for some kind of extra punch, which is not happening here. Maybe it's a lack of budget, maybe it's a lack of engineering skills, or maybe it's just purely intentional. Really, really hard to tell. But I kind of wish this would have more punching power, because now it's like holding back a little bit. It's almost like you didn't have the certain equipment or level of engineering to back it up fully. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean it's bad, but it's just missing something. And that is, in a way, that is bothering me. And now I really, really have to check out my list when I'm thinking of this certain band, when I'm trying to figure out, because it kind of annoys me. I'm trying to give you a pointer, and I'm just like, yeah, it starts with H. It's coming from Sweden. It's this one-man band. And I'm like, okay, Kalmangan was the Swedish one, what I was thinking when I'm also was supposed to say Vaeltaja, whatever. Anyway, Hermodr. Thank you, my own list, for this particular thing. So I was thinking like, what are these atmospheric bands that are trying to get in my head, and like, I can figure it out. It's Kalmangan Hermodr, which I'm thinking when I'm thinking about the atmospheric parts on this album. But like I said, it's like 1/3, maybe half of it is like that, and then there's more aggressive parts, which is not exactly getting into the levels of Marduk and Dark Funeral and the like, but definitely more on the aggressive side of things. So if you're looking for that kind of approach to black metal, I think this is pretty good of an album. But like I said, punches are being held back, and I start to feel like this deserves a little bit more than that. Maybe for the future albums there will be a proper budget to give a little bit of a nudge, because I mean, once you go raw, it's fine. Then again, that's when you're supposed to go full Arcanum or Craft, Dark Throne, whatever, Ildjarn. But this is not the kind of music you're expecting to get with the kind of a lo-fi necro sound anyway. So there's that. But anyway, if you're into Viking black metal without going overly Viking with the stuff, I mean, we're talking about Amon Amarth or Viking here or Bathory here, but just plain black metal, this is something you should consider checking out. And if you like physical product, you already saw this vinyl version is pretty good looking. It's sturdy, 180 grams and all. So you're not wasting your money if you invest in that, assuming you like the music in the first place. As always, links are provided in the description box. So if you manage to go through my rambling this far, check them out and give this a one chance. And let me know how you liked it. Comments on the comments box, and I'll get back to you. Bye bye.